Hello YouTube wise, FIFA here, coming at you today on Wednesday with a new series. This is going to be my FUT17 Market Watch. I'm really excited to bring this to you because this is just going to be a series I upload every Wednesday after the current team of the week is announced so that we can just discuss some trading and investment tips I think will be really profitable for the next coming weeks. I really think that I'm going to try to tailor this series so that all players or all FUT players of all budgets, regardless how big that is, can use my advice to help them amass their FUT fortune. And that's kind of an initiative I'm trying to get on my channel, push on my channel to differentiate it from the others nowadays. And that's just that I can help you guys make the FUT fortunes that you need, whether that be 1,000,000 coins, whether that be just trading up to an inform you want, or regardless, just to help you guys make coins and even expand your trading repertoire at that. I know there's a lot of other ways and outlets that you can get to, but I feel like I got some interesting tips and trading secrets, I guess you could say, to share. I've made 1,000,000 coins the past couple, like 5 FIFAs. Not saying it's the best, because by no means it is, but I definitely think there's some stuff I'd like to share with the market, and hopefully you guys can piggyback off each other in the comment sections or whatnot, and we can really get something going so that everybody can enjoy FIFA. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use websites like FUThead and FUTbin to show you guys some of the things that I think will be really poignant in the coming weeks that you can really profit on buying certain players, selling players, or whatnot. But so first, we're going to start off by examining the previous team of the week, and that's team of the week 22. I'm about to switch to FUThead here and show you guys some of the players here. I'm going to give you guys some four or five players that I think will be really good to trade with in the next coming weeks, maybe even invest in now. And then I'm going to go to the current team of the week, which is 23, do kind of a similar thing. And then of course I'm going to move on to just some other general trading advice. So here we are on the FUThead page of the current, or the previous team of the week 22. And I have a few players that I definitely think that will be really solid investments going forward. Of course, that Mane looks sick with that 99 pace, and then you've got those twin 90s up top. But players that I think are really going to be of more value on this team are this Martial, because a lot of players from the BPL, since the weekend league requirements for the FUT Championship has been limited to the Calcio A, or not, yeah, Calcio A or Bundesliga, or it's either the La Liga or Bundesliga. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that means that BPL player informs have dropped. But next week, not this weekend, but the following weekend, there's no requirements for the FUT champs. And so players like Martial, who everybody loves to use BPL players, and he's OP, his base card, are going to want to pick up this inform, and his price is going to rise because there's going to be more demand in the market for him. Now, moving on to an upgrade candidate that could be really helpful for squad builder challenges, that Suarez squad builder challenge, is that Yannick Carrasco. He could get an upgrade, and I think there might actually even be a leak out now that he is getting an upgrade. So this card will shoot up to an 87, and I mean, I know that's only, you'll see that as only one rating increase, but if you pick him up now, that card could go for 50k to 100k more, and that could be some serious profit if you guys have enough coins for it. Now, hopefully you do, because at this point in FIFA, there's been a lot of people that have a serious amount of coins. And so now we're going to move on to the bench, because the other players here are just going to, I mean, if you want to trade with them, go ahead. You probably can make profit if you pick up a card here or there. But now I'm going to get into a couple other investments to kind of going on the same lines of Carrasco. An upgrade candidate is this Bentaleb, and I mean, he's going for so cheap right now. I'm going to show you guys, I have a few of him on my transfer list. I'll show it to you guys in a little bit, but you can pick up this 84 inform for less than 11k, and that is huge, especially for squad builder challenges in the future. This might be a long-term gain, but there's definitely some serious money to be made, considering that they're definitely going to release more guaranteed team of the week packs. EA love to do that, love to get that money or whatnot that comes with it, and Bentaleb could be a perfect candidate. He's in a really solid league, and he might even get an upgrade, so that could push him up to 85, definitely not 86, but 85, and that's still a ridiculous card that you can pick up for 11k. Next, we're going to move on to McGeady, the 5-star skiller, that Irish player, and of course the St. Patrick's Day tournament and whatnot is coming up. EA are definitely going to do some stuff about that. I do not know how crazy their squad builder challenge is going to be for the Irish, but knowing EA, it's going to be actually pretty difficult, and they're going to definitely love for people to get a little panicky about getting these things completed. And so I definitely think he's a solid shout to invest in. You can pick him up for less than 13k. I know I have a couple of them too, but that's a really solid investment for an Irish player that is definitely going to be of high value. in the coming weeks. So that's my little spiel about this past team of the week. Of course, this Gomez looks amazing, and this Mueller is another shout for an cheap 84 inform. But I really think that those four are going to be the best ones. And so now we're going to move over to the current team of the week. I'm going to try to speed it up just a little bit, but since this is the first episode, it might go a little bit longer than usual. Let me know if there's any thing that I'm going over too fast, or if you think anything I could go over a little bit faster. So now we're going to go into this team of the week, and I'm going to show you guys. So I don't really recommend trading with informs that have just come out, especially right away, because their prices fluctuate and drop drastically. But that being said, there are a few players that you can find success with trading during the team of the week, current week, because people don't really know what they have with them. And so I definitely think the first one of that is Minamino. He plays in the Austrian Bundesliga, but silvers are really good for trading during the week. People don't really know what they have, but this 82 pace, 78 dribbling, and 80 shooting on a Japanese player that has a reasonable amount of links is a really solid. I mean, 4-star weak foot, 3-star skills is desirable to some people. I definitely think that he is one of the best shouts for trading with during the week. The next one I think is this Julian card, and that is because he just has a really nice, well-rounded stats, and I think he's going to go for cheap. But that being said, I think you'll be able to pick him up for like 11K around there, and 11K or less, and sell him on for 12.75 or 13 in the 13K region, and that will be really solid. Just a couple K a card and whatnot. That adds up over time, guys. That definitely adds up over time. Brooks might be an interesting shout for that too, but I'm going to move into some of the players I think that are going to be better investments for this week. And so I definitely think Tolisso he almost joins the Hullet gang with that almost 80 pace, and he's definitely a beast of a card. You put engine on him and he looks amazing. He could definitely be one to look out for investing. I think his price is going to rise when people realize how good he is. He's definitely one of those players that YouTubers might hype up too. Now we're going to move to Piszczek, one of the best right backs in the Bundesliga. People like playing with the Bundesliga, and I definitely think that he is a player that has a lot of really solid potential, considering you put an anchor card on him and he is ridiculously good. He's got good links too, especially with Socrates and whatnot. And now we're going to move into the bench. There's a couple of players. Of course, this Insigne, I don't know what to think about him. I definitely think he's going to get another inform, so I might steer clear of him. But this Carousel, an 84 player, I think towards the end of the week, he's going to be almost like a Bentaleb. He's going to be going for less than 12K or whatnot, and that's going to be a really solid time to pick him up, considering, again, that there's definitely a possibility, not a possibility, there's a definite way that EA are going to release more guaranteed team of the week and whatnot packs, especially even around the team of the season. So I guess if you guys are willing to play a long game for a few months, if you really have some spare coins, you can pick them up. But that chance might even come sooner. And even with the BPL team of the BPL player of the month or whatnot, 84 informs are never a bad investment. And then finally, I think Defrel, he's one of those players that looks exactly like that inform Under Gray. I think YouTubers can hype him up, and I think he'll be going for this team of the week sub 20K, hopefully. I'm not sure. We'll see. Interesting to see how he pans out. But he is a player that could get a lot of hype and grow. I mean, again, he is another player that might get an inform, but before this, he had not. And so that means that he could be another stable investment that you can get for cheap if you do not have the biggest budget. So now those are both of the things that I want to talk about for the current team of the week. Now I'm going to go over to FUTbin, and this is just I'm going to show you guys a good indicator of where the market's at. So it's at kind of a lull right here. And so this is kind of the best time to be picking up players, 84 overall players, or players that you think will be really solid for squad builder challenges, potential league squad builder challenge investments such as the Serie A, and I don't think they're going to do the BPL, but the Serie A and amongst others. But what I really want to talk about right now is a couple of one-to-watch players that I think could be this is where there's a lot of profit if you can predict one-to-watches for this current weekend league. And so a couple of those that I want to talk about are the Giuliano, I believe, Giuliano here. His price, yeah, it's trending up, but honestly, that is a lie. I picked him up. He's going for around 30K on Xbox. Not necessarily sure about the PS4 price, but he is a solid shout. The Russian league starts back up in a couple weeks, and he has been killing it. If he gets another inform, this one to watch will go from 83 to 86 or 87, and that'll be ridiculous for a 5-star skiller. And I'm in Milan, went to the AC Milan versus Fiorentina game last week, and this Gerard Deulofeu, he is playing really well. I know, he came from Everton, he's an established player, and of course he's a Barca product. But he's been playing really well for Milan, so I definitely think that he has a solid shout at getting an inform. They play Sassuolo this weekend. If he can continue to score the goals at which he's scoring, I think he has 2 goals in his 2 games. He will definitely be a good shout, and that card will go up to like an 83, and he'll definitely get a shooting upgrade. And with that pace and dribbling already, he will be a definite one that people will be looking for. His price will go up probably to that 50 to 70K range, so you can be looking at making that 20 to 40K a card. This is a lie. He does not go for 40K. He's actually going for around the high 28s on Xbox right now at least, but that's because people thought he was going to get an inform this week and then they don't, and so they're kind of panic selling him a little. That brings up, of course I could talk about marquee matchups and whatnot forever, but now I want to get to this last segment where I think if you guys have a lot of coins, hopefully you stayed around for this, but Legends investment, especially on Xbox, is huge. So if you guys are on the PS4, I'm going to put a little card up at the corner for the marquee matchups if you guys have missed that, so that you guys can watch that. But Xbox One people with a decent amount of budget, now is a time to pick up Legends. That be if you want to use them for your weekend league squad, or if you want to use them for investment. They are at an all-time low, and that is because the past couple weekend leagues for FUTchamps, where these Legends mostly get used, have been requirements that have excluded them, such as the BPL one a couple weeks ago. This weekend is La Liga and Bundesliga. And next weekend, though, is finally one without a requirement. And so that means that Legends will be back on the market, or back in demand. And so you can look at players like Zola. He has dropped drastically. He's dropped drastically. You can pick him up for 220K or less. That's a really solid investment for a player that I can see going back up to around 270. And then same goes with these other two. We got Rui Costa and Hagi here. These players have also dropped significantly. Rui Costa can go back up to closer to 450 to 500 range, as well as Hagi. These prices for the Legends will go back up, and if there continues to be no weekend league requirements, just keep an eye on that. If there continues to be no weekend league requirements, these player prices are going to continue to go up and up because they'll be in demand once again. But if you really have a big budget, I don't even have this big of a budget, but it's definitely a market that you guys should get into. It's the Matheus / Best, and then I don't have Vieira up right now, but Vieira, these are players that are utilized all the time by the really competitive players in FUTchamps, and that these player prices will go back up, considering that they are so rare for people to get. If people start taking them off the market to use for their FUTchamp squads, especially the big YouTubers again, there will be a huge spike in these player prices, and it won't even look like a huge spike. But think about it, a huge spike for these guys would be like 500K. So a small spike of even 100 to 200K, if you factor out the 5% that EA take, that's still going to be a ridiculous amount of profit. And that's where I'm saying if you have more money, you make more money. I've even seen that. I've been poking around that 1.1 mil range. Of course, I have some investments here, but I'll show you guys a couple things that I was talking about just in practice. You can ignore some of these non-rare cards I have here, but you see here I have these Bentaleb informs, the McGeady informs, and the Giuliano one to watch. But like I said, I'm going to do a quick recap here. If you guys are, just make sure you guys are looking out for some really solid one to watches, and then invest in Legends or BPL informs if you can, because the weekend league will be without requirements next week, and those are the best ones to invest in. Look for those cheap 84 informs, such as the Bentaleb, Carousel from this current team of the week, and Mueller. But of course, as always, let me know in the comment section below, especially for this series, it's brand new, what you guys think about it. This is one of the longest videos I think I've done. If I'm talking too fast, or if you think I need to cover a couple more things, let me know. If you want me to get into another market or explain different cards, please leave that in the comment section below. I'm really trying to learn and grow this series so that I can help all players reach the FUT fortune that they want. And yeah, I'm going to keep saying the FUT fortune. Hopefully it catches on with the initiative. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. It definitely makes me feel like I'm going in the right direction. And of course, the most important part though, stay wise.